final presentation has the title, No Country for Billionaires, Why Billionaires Endanger American Freedom. Please welcome Lucas Mendoza.
If I got bored and decided to count to 1 billion, I would finish any time within the next coming months. If I started in 1927, it's because it takes 95 years just to count to 1 billion. But what if I dared all of you to take 1 billion steps? Assuming that each step you take is 2 feet, you'd have to walk around the equator 15.3 times. So sorry about that. In 2021, the national average full-time worker earned $51,000. So assuming that they saved every single penny and lost none of it to taxes, they'd have to work for 19,000 years just to earn 1 billion. Now, what happens when someone has $1 billion? Well, I'm glad you asked. In fact, there are currently 724 American billionaires. Some have founded companies like Amazon and Tesla, while others have inherited massive fortunes from trust funds. But however the billionaire gets their wealth, they have a lot of options and power. Some have used that power with great responsibility and donated billions of dollars at a time to charities and trust funds like Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett, while others like George Soros and the Koch brothers have been tampering with political elections and our civil liberties. So what effects do billionaires have on us? Is there more to gain or lose from billionaires? Should we protect or mitigate billionaires? Although a wealth cap does align with socialist ideals, America should no longer allow for its citizens to have a net worth of over $1 billion, because such highly concentrated wealth endangers our economy, political system, and disregards our founding fathers' warnings. Currently, the wealthiest 1% own 42% of all wealth. So, assuming that there are 100 of you here ready, eager to listen to my thesis, and that there are 100 seats for you eager people, one of you would have 42 seats all to yourself, while the remaining 99 of you would have to share 58 seats. That is economic inequality. Inequality where your wealth is the height of a Toblerone bar, and the wealth of billionaires is the height of Mount Everest 5 times. Inequality is rising faster than ever before in American history, which is affecting the 99's liberties and buying power. Additionally, the entry point for employment, homeowning, entrepreneurship is threatened as billionaires amass more wealth. With such large amounts of ownership and property so concentrated, it leaves out millions of Americans uninvolved. Opportunity is being taken away. The American dream that we have cultivated and aspire to live out is losing its meaning as the ultra few get richer and the rest, all of us, lose out on economic prosperity. Even worse, inequality allows for billionaires to tamper with political elections and democracy. Since the 1950s, there has been an increase in reliance on financing political campaigns. And as this increases, America is turning into a plutocracy, a government by the wealthy. So unless we address this ultra-wealthy class, our democracy, a government for, by, and of the people, will continue to diminish. Furthermore, billionaires threaten our democracy simply through their wealth. With this in mind, congressional elections since the year 2000 provide that the higher finance campaign wins 91% of the time, so as billionaires can regularly outfinance opposing political campaigns. They can easily and undemocratically choose election results whenever they want and be 91% effective at that. For example, George Soros, with a net worth of $8.6 billion, has been donating extreme amounts of money to various political positions, like district attorneys, or senators, or even governors. With such substantial wealth, Soros has found widespread influential success, especially in the smaller elections, where his massive contributions make it impossible for other candidates to even compete. Consequently, there has been Soros-funded district attorneys throughout all of America, ranging from a variety of states like Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida, Illinois, Texas, California, and many others. As I know you all remember, in 2021, California held a Governor Gavin Newsom recall election. In this election, Soros made sure that with his $1 million, Newsom was not recalled. And with Soros' support of $1 million, Newsom was not recalled against seemingly overwhelming recall efforts, right? Yet again, there is another recall election, this time for Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon, who, not coincidentally, was funded by none other than George Soros, who paid $2.5 million to ensure that his candidate was elected. Further showing that billionaires can choose and pay for elected positions whenever they like, at the cost of our democratic freedoms, both nationally and locally. Yet, in spite of this, I know you guys have all been thinking it, there is still logical opposition because it sounds like it aligns with socialism. While the 20th century has proven to us on multiple occasions that socialism is a disastrous economic model. Think of Venezuela, Cuba, China, Russia. These countries shared the wealth at the cost of its people's rights. Which is why, like almost all of you, I think that we should not make America socialist. And with that, a wealth cap at $1 billion will not make America socialist, because we already have programs in place that are for the betterment of the American people at the cost of a wealthy few. Pinnacle programs like child labor laws, Social Security, public schools. These programs make America more humane and better for an all-around society. And there are also already regulations in place to prevent monopolies from being tyrannical. Regulations on utility companies and healthcare industries. And at the same time, billionaires have this same excessive tyrannical power that needs to be checked, for the very same reason that we check our utility companies and healthcare industries, thus showing that a wealth cap at $1 billion is not socialism, but a regulation that stabilizes excessive power for the greater benefit of our society. On another note, the Founding Fathers warned us about this predicament. John Adams warned us that concentrated wealth and property would lead to a plutocracy where an ultra-wealthy class would manipulate voters. And this warning has turned prophecy, as today, billionaires, the ultra-wealthy class, are manipulating voters. Similarly, James Madison, the man who wrote our Constitution, cautioned us that inequality in property ownership would subvert liberty and create an oligarchy where the ultra-wealthy would dominate political decision-making. Today, we're living in Madison's nightmare. As the ultra-wealthy dominate our politics, subvert our liberty, and take away our democracy. This problem is one that the Founding Fathers warned us about, one that we live in today, and one that will continue to affect future generations. This is not a problem just for left America or for right America. No, billionaires are not a problem for progressive America or liberal America. No, billionaires are a problem for the United States of America. So let's solve this problem and get rid of billionaires. Thank you.